One of the first essential functions I want to talk about is Alt+Scroll. Whenever boxcutter is active, just by holding Alt and rolling the wheel, you can see that I'm able to quickly change my shape to a multitude of shapes that we have currently inside of boxcutter, with more to come in the future. And just like that, I'm able to quickly just jump to the shape that I need and make adjustments on the fly. For example, I can just Alt+Scroll, jump down to wedge, quickly begin making cuts with the wedge, jump up to custom, drop a boxcutter logo in, hold shift in order to drop it proportionally, hold Alt+Scroll again, bring up Ngon, look at it in orthographic view, and begin drawing my Ngon shape while holding control for snapping. Also, I see that my snapping is a little high, so let's get that a little bit calm again. Sometimes if you leave grid on, the increment snap will get you whenever it comes to messing with Ngon, but we'll be talking more on that later. And just like that, we are able to perform our extrusion, press T in order to adjust the thickness, Alt+Scroll again to jump to Ngon line, and just like that, we're able to quickly jump through everything inside of boxcutter without a whole lot of further ado or further UI being required. In fact, now we're going through and playing with lasso, which is our latest freehand, kind of a new addition of boxcutter, but definitely worth something experimenting with. And then Alt+Scroll to finally jump over to circle. We'll use what we learned about Control D to bring up our mini helper, where we can jump down to 6 segments, and we'll press T in order to add thickness, and then click to apply this. We're holding control to look for a jump off point, but it looks like we're just not going to get one. However, I feel that we're not getting a jump off point due to the amount of penetration that was happening, but it looks like that wasn't the case. So looks like we're just going to have to eyeball it for this one, and we'll just press Control T and get this right into position. And from here, we'll just use Control to jump off that point and press Control D and bring up our mini helper. We can jump this up to 32 segments, drag the dots of the diameter in order to adjust the diameter of the circle, and click to apply. And just like that, you can see how easily you can jump through all of your different types of shapes using Alt+Scroll to quickly just get to whatever shape you're needing in order to perform the cut that's needed at that time. So this is something you'll see me do a lot in my videos. So sometimes you'll see me changing shapes on the fly. This is how I do it. However, in mid-cut, for example, if I were to draw a box and pause it, if I were to Alt+Scroll at this time, instead we're actually scrolling through the previous cutter. So everything that's in the cutter collection is basically being recalled. Here we're looking at our cut that we made in the back with the lasso. We're looking at probably one of these little indentions we made somewhere. Some of these shapes can be hard to find where exactly they came from. This is probably just a larger form of this wedge that we used here. Here's the logo from earlier, where we can drag it to something more proportional, maybe even place it somewhere good, and click to apply, and there we go.